Welcome to Statistics Made Simple, and I am Savita Valsang. In this video, we discuss about the fifth measure of central tendency, that is the harmonic mean, and also find solutions to problems based on it and discuss some of its merits, demerits, and its use. The harmonic mean of n values is defined as the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the values, and it is denoted by hm. Let us learn how to compute the harmonic mean. First subdivision for raw data. Here, through the definition of the harmonic mean, I will explain how we get the expression of the formula of the harmonic mean for raw data. So let x1, x2, so on xn be n observations. Then the reciprocal of the values are 1 by x1, 1 by x2, so on 1 by xn. So using the definition of the harmonic mean, it will be hm is equal to 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2 plus so on plus 1 by xn whole divided by n. So this is the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the values. In the next step, you will get harmonic mean equal to, when we take the reciprocal, it becomes n divided by 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2 plus so on plus 1 by xn. Hence, the numerator will remain as n, whereas the denominator can be written in terms of summation sign. So the final expression of the harmonic mean for raw data is hm equal to n divided by summation 1 by x. So for all the problems, you need to know only the final expression which is there in the pink box. Subdivision B for discrete data. Let x1, x2, so on xn be n observations, and let f1, f2, so on fn be their corresponding frequencies. Now, using similar steps like I explained for raw data, we get the expression for the harmonic mean as hm equal to capital N divided by summation f by x, where capital N is equal to the sum of the frequencies, that is capital N is equal to summation f. Third subdivision for continuous data, let x1, x2, so on xn be the midpoints of n class intervals with f1, f2, so on fn as their corresponding frequencies. Then the harmonic mean is given by hm equal to capital N divided by summation f by x, where capital N is equal to summation f. Let us now find solutions to problems based on the harmonic mean. Problem 1. Find the harmonic mean for the values 5, 9, 12 and 17. The given data is raw data. So under solution, let's form a table. In the first column, list down the x values as 5, 9, 12, 17. Then in the second column, we compute 1 by x, that is 0.2, 0.41, 0.0833 and 0.0588. So summation 1 by x is equal to 0.4332. Now let's write the formula of the harmonic mean for raw data. Consider hm equal to n divided by summation 1 by x, which is 4 divided by 0.4532. Remember that small n is the number of observations. Therefore, hm is equal to 8.83. So when I calculate 1 by x, we take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off, and for the final answer, you can just take 2 places after the decimal after rounding off. Problem 2. Obtain the harmonic mean of 24, 32, 37.5, 39, 44, and 36. So under solution, the x values you can list down and then calculate 1 by x. So 1 by x values are 0.0417, 0.0312, 0.0267, 0.0256, 0.0227, and 0.0278. Then calculate summation 1 by x, which is equal to 0.1758. Now let's write the formula of the harmonic mean. Consider hm equal to n divided by summation 1 by x, which is equal to 6 divided by 0.1758, or hm is equal to 34.13. Problem 3. Calculate the harmonic mean of 1 by 7, 1 by 10, 1 by 16, and 1 by 4. Under solution, form two columns. The first column is x and then find out 1 by x, which is simple in this case. So 1 by x values are 7, 10, 16, and 4. Summation 1 by x is equal to 37. Consider hm equal to n divided by summation 1 by x, which is equal to 4 divided by 37, or hm is equal to 0.11. Problem 4. Calculate the harmonic mean for the following distribution. The x values are 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. The frequencies are 12, 15, 13, 14, and 11. So the given problem is discrete data. So find out capital N, which is equal to 75. Now in the third column, which I have marked in pink color, calculate f by x values, which is 6, 3.75, 3.8, 333, 1.75, 1.42s. Therefore, summation f by x is equal to 16.45s. Now under solution, the formula will change now because it is discrete data. Consider hm equal to n divided by summation f by x. So here it is capital N, which is the sum of the frequencies, which is equal to 75 divided by 16.45. Therefore, hm is equal to 4.53. Problem 5. Calculate the harmonic mean for the following distribution. The x values are 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. The frequencies are 2, 7, 12, 19, 24, 32. And capital N is equal to 96. The f by x values are 0.0667, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4222, 0.48, 0.5818, and summation f by x is 2.0507. Solution. Consider hm equal to capital N divided by summation f by x, which is equal to 96 divided by 2.0507, or hm is equal to 46.81. So moving on to continuous data problems. Problem 6. From the given data, find the harmonic mean. The class intervals are 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18, 19 to 21, 22 to 24, and 25 to 27. The frequencies are 41, 54, 79, 60, 55, and 42. So capital N is equal to 331. Now, since the class intervals are in the inclusive form, you first need them to convert it to the exclusive form. That is, we need to find out the modified class intervals. So, the modified class intervals are 9.5 to 12.5, 12.5 to 15.5, 15.5 to 18.5, 18.5 to 21.5, 21.5 to 24.5, 24.5 to 27.5. Next, find the midpoints of the class intervals. So the midpoints remain the same whether you use the inclusive or the exclusive class intervals, which is the lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2. So the midpoints are 11, 14, 17, 20, 23, and 26. Calculate f by x, which is 3.7273, 3.8571, 4.6471, 3, 2.3913, 1.6154. Summation f by x is 19.2382. Under solution, write consider hm equal to capital N divided by summation f by x, which is equal to 331 divided by 19.2382, that is hm is equal to 17.21. Problem 7. Calculate the harmonic mean for the following distribution. The class intervals are 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. Frequencies are 11, 14, 20, 24, 21. And capital N is equal to 90. Find out the midpoints, that is x, which are 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. F by x values are 0.2, 0.2154, 0.2667, 0.2824, 0.2211, and you get summation f by x as 1.1856. Then under solution, write the formula. Consider hm equal to capital N divided by summation f by x, which is equal to 90 divided by 1.1856, that is hm is equal to 75.91. Problems 8 and 9 are important. Problem 8. A cyclist goes from place A to place B at a speed of 40 km per hour and returns at a speed of 30 km per hour. Find his average speed. So, when we need to find out the average of rates or ratios, we make use of the harmonic mean. So, practice these problems well so that you know when you have to apply the geometric mean formula and when you need to apply the harmonic mean formula. In this problem, there are only two speeds given, that is 40 kilometers and 30 kilometers. So we'll use a different formula for the harmonic mean, that is when two values are given. So start this solution, write given A equal to 40 and B equal to 30, which are the speeds. Now the harmonic mean for any two values is given by hm equal to 2ab divided by a plus b. So substitute the values, which is equal to 2 into 40 into 30 divided by 40 plus 30, which is equal to 2400 divided by 70. Therefore, hm is equal to 34.27 kilometers per hour. Problem 9. In a certain office, a letter is typed by person A in 5 minutes. The same letter is typed by persons B, C, and D in 4, 8, and 6 minutes respectively. What is the average time taken in completing one letter? So, in this problem, there are 4 persons and the time taken by each one of them is given. So, we can't use the previous formula which we used for two values. So, in this case, we'll make use of the harmonic mean formula for raw data. So, in the first column, list down the x values as 5, 4, 8, and 6. Then compute 1 by x, which is 0.2, 0.25, 0.125, and 0.1667. Compute summation 1 by x, which is 0.7417. Now under solution, write the formula of the harmonic mean for raw data. Consider hm equal to n divided by summation 1 by x, which is equal to 4 divided by 0.7417. Therefore, hm is equal to 5.39 minutes per letter. Let us now learn what is the relationship between the arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. There are two results. In the first one, the geometric mean is equal to square root of the arithmetic mean into the harmonic mean. So let's prove it. Write the side heading as proof. Then write the formula of the arithmetic mean for two values. So we know that AM is equal to A plus B divided by 2 and HM is equal to 2AB divided by A plus B. Now let's consider root of AM into HM, which is equal to root. Substitute the values, that is A plus B divided by 2 into 2AB divided by A plus B. Now A plus B get cancelled as indicated by the purple line, and 2 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator also gets cancelled as indicated by the blue line. So on the right hand side we are left with only root AB. So we get root of AM into HM is equal to root AB is nothing but GM, or in other words the geometric mean is equal to square root of the arithmetic mean into the harmonic mean. This is an important property, and similarly the second property or the relation between arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean is the arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to the geometric mean, which is greater than or equal to the harmonic mean. Let us now discuss some of the merits, demerits and the use of the harmonic mean. The merits of the harmonic mean are: it is rigidly defined with a mathematical formula and it is based on all observations. It is also capable of further algebraic or mathematical treatment. The demerits are: it is not easy to understand and not simple to calculate. It cannot be calculated if any of the values are 0, because the reciprocal of 0 is indeterminate or infinity. Third, the calculation of the harmonic mean is cumbersome as it involves the calculation using the reciprocal of the numbers. And use of the harmonic mean, like I've already mentioned in the problem, is it is often used to calculate the average of ratios or rates. The measures of central tendency topic is a very important one, and it is a foundation for statistics. We have learned 5 measures of central tendency in my past videos, that is on the arithmetic mean, median, mode, geometric mean and harmonic mean. So do watch the videos carefully, understand the concepts thoroughly, because these will be used in the next topic, measures of dispersion, as well. So again, I would like to reiterate that measures of central tendency are some of the most basic and useful statistical functions. So please be thorough with them. Thank you for watching, and in my next video, I will start a new topic, that is interpolation and extrapolation.